welcome people to a Fear of the Unknown session. Fear of the Unknown differs from your typical tabletop RPGs in that, it's like, hey guys, I just got this new module from Wizards of the Coast. Let's play it. Okay? There's no module. I have absolutely no idea what's about to happen here. I will be leading my friend Thomas here through a series of questions where we're first going to create the setting where this is going to take place. Now, bear in mind, this is still theater of the mind. So, the setting will not be New York City with millions of people in it because I'm not doing that. That would be way too hard. Also, it doesn't really lend itself. It's like, all right, we need to find an occult shop that would have this obscure book. It's like, dude, it's New York City. It's right there.
Yeah.
So it takes place in a small town, or at least, you could even be a spaceship with a limited group of people on it. That helps facilitate the theater of the mind and also lends itself to isolationism and other elements that can lend to fear and, of course, a good story. So let's dive into this.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. What's a local landmark? This will be our first town tag.
The drive-in movie theater.
Okay, so we're doing a more of a modern times type thing. I can work with that.
Yeah.
Drive-in movie theater. I've had fun at those. Might be dating myself there. Not sure.
I was at one last night, so...
I think the pandemic killed it. There used to be one in my area. Who's someone that everyone in town knows? Could be a good guy. Could be a sleazy guy. Or at least knows of.
Yeah. Let's say the asshole sheriff.
Oh, yeah, we got an asshole sheriff.
Yeah.
Good trope. What's a group of some sizable proportion that people despise?
Shiftless teens.
Or teenagers in their acne. They're a pain, I tell you. What's something the town is obsessed with?
The town is obsessed with. The annual 4th of July parade.
Okay. Okay. And then for the last question, which of those questions would you like to repeat? To add a tag, not to replace.
Right. Okay, let's say that there's another obsession which is like as part of the same summer festivities that includes the parade, there's also a pie baking contest.
Okay. Cool. And so that makes our setting for the game. And now we're going to do character creation. Oh yeah, I can recap it. So we have a small town, possibly in modern times, possibly, maybe 50, 60 years back, because it's a drive-in movie theater. We have an asshole sheriff. People hate them, shiftless teens. And the town's obsessed with the 4th of July parade. And of course, it's also accompanied a pie baking contest. Last year's winner, Apple.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to do character creation. So thinking about who are you in this small town, I would say the only thing that you should not be, but you could be if you wanted to, is the asshole sheriff, him or herself.
Yeah, no, the sheriff has been established as an NPC. Yeah, all right. So
what have you trained for the most in your life? This will be your first positive tag.
Yeah. Okay.
And just for anyone listening or watching, this doesn't necessarily have to be directly related to anything we just came up for the town setting. It can be. Maybe Thomas's character is going to be the best movie theater manager, this side of the Mississippi. Or maybe he makes the best rhubarb pies in the nation.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, so the thing that immediately occurred to me was like baking. I could also be a like own an orchard or
Sure.
own a diner. All right, yeah, okay, let's say I am the chef and owner of the diner where the pie contest is held.
Ooh, I like it. Chef and owner of diner where. Okay. And now we're moving on to the second question. This is one of a few questions that are known as branching questions. How you answer will change which question we go to next. So, which of these do you, your character, owner of the diner, value the most? Wealth or knowledge or power?
I'm gonna say wealth.
All right. Wealth, and we go to the next question for wealth. You had to do something bad for cash once. What was it? This will be your first negative tag.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that I the diner was in danger of going under one time, and so I like stiffed my only employee on a paycheck and told him, like, I can't pay you this week. I'll pay you back later. And then distraught by the lack of much needed money, she died in a car crash, possible suicide that night, and I'm haunted by guilt and possibly her ghost.
Ow. You are a terrible person. Okay. All right. And now we go to question 6. You got the money and you know how to spend it. What did you buy? This will be a positive tag.
I'm gonna say like a classic car, big old cherry red.
Corvette.
I don't know classic cars in real life, but
I don't either.
so,
And I watch what was Top Gear and now is Grand Tour. Yeah, me
yeah,
neither.
cherry red
The
hot
guys are
rod.
just cherry red hot rod. There we go. It's a hot rod.
Yeah.
All right. And now this is another branching question. Have you been a risk taker, or do you try and, take the easier or safer route?
Risk taker.
All right, risk taker. Okay. What was the biggest thing that went wrong in your life because you took a risk? Or something that stopped you from going as far as you wanted? This is going to be a negative tag.
Yeah. Let's see. Something that went wrong because I'm gonna say I like made enemies at a previous pie baking contest because I made like a peanut butter pie, and some kid had like an
Oh,
anaphylactic shock reaction.
yeah, you should put up those signs that specify ingredients.
Yeah, yeah. So I do that now, but that doesn't make them like less mad at me, or at least there's still some lingering bad feelings.
Okay. Okay. I can work with that. Alrighty. And then we go to question 11. What's something you're good at that most people might not guess? So they know you own a diner and they know you can make pies.
Um,
This will be a positive tag.
yeah. I'm gonna say I go hunting every year. So I'm a hunter.
Okay. And did that one. Has anything else gone seriously wrong in your life? Doesn't have to be.
Um, I'm gonna say no. I'm good at this. I made
Okay.
pissed off a few people around town and
Okay. What's something, what's a connection you particularly value?
hmm. I'm gonna say my hunting dog, Jackson.
Ooh, okay. What's your favorite thing about yourself?
Uh, and this and the previous one are positive tags.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. The last two were positive tags, and we'll briefly mention how
Yeah.
all these work because anyone watching for the first time might be all confused like tags, positive, negative. What is this? We'll go over that real quick.
Yeah.
But let's just finish this up. Um,
So my favorite thing about myself, I'm gonna say my winning smile.
oh, does it go like every time you smile?
Yeah.
Okay. What's something that you like about yourself, but people might consider a character flaw? This will be your wild tag.
Yeah. Um, I like to be the center of attention.
Yeah, I was saying that too. Your character, like,
And it works for being playing a solo game like this. Normally we play with more than one player, which means that the different players collaborate on creating the town tags and each create their own separate character. So this is an we've played a few solo games in the past, and it's always interesting and different.
it is. And just a quick rundown for people unfamiliar with the system, what we mean by tags. So the town tags, those just help build the setting. Those will help be story elements that I, as the Oracle, will use to build a narrative. And then for the character tags, be they positive, negative, or even wild, the system is a 2d6. Hold on, where are my dice? About to mention dice, and I have dice next to me. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I'll need to grab my
Here we
dice
go.
too.
D6. Okay. And what happens is at certain points being that Thomas's character is trying to do something or maybe encounter something horrible and the horror is starting to sink in. First, Thomas and the orc would work together to figure out which tags are applicable to the situation, and that'll help give a little bit of a bonus, or it might actually make it a little bit more difficult. And then you roll the 2d6 and you just do some simple maths, and there you go. There later on in the rules, there is a quick rundown of how the different rolls work out, but it's pretty much, for the most part, you want to roll high
Well, you're
unless you're encountering true horror, in which case you want to roll low.
indeed.
Okay. So in this unnamed town that we'll just call Townsville because I'm creative like that.
Sure. There's a real town in Australia named Townsville.
Hey, when y'all can't agree, super quick anecdote. In a small town in Linville, small town of Linville, North Carolina, on a bunch of roads where it's like, well, you might attribute to an old, to a a town in that area. It'll be like Old Charlotte's Way, John Hicks Hill. There's one road that's called Montezuma. Montezuma.
Huh.
And
pretty
what
cool.
happened is that nobody could agree on anything. And the city planner said, all right, I'm putting all these different names on a ballot, and then I'm putting this one name, Montezuma, since y'all can't agree. And if you all can't come to a consensus, that's what it's going to be.
And that's what it came to. That's really funny. That was pretty great.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to take like a brief bio break while
yes,
you
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, let's do that. I can edit this break out, no problem.
Cool.
So.
And we are back.
Yeah. For my dice for this game, I'm not using the slash dice that will be available as part of the Kickstarter, but instead I'm using other dice from the same guy who is going to make those, which is Black Oak Workshop. I'm using this post-apocalyptic skull dice.
Oh, it's a little hard to see, but okay, cool.
And and this Old West 6-shooter dice where the number of filled chambers
that's great. Yeah,
I love that. I really want to play like an Old West game sometime, like Deadlands or Aces and Eights or something, and use these.
I tried running Deadlands once. It's Deadland system is fine. Getting players to actually RP investigators in Deadland system, turned out to be the challenge. All righty. Give me 1 second. I just want to look up something. Okay, that's what I thought about. Okay. So, did you want to name your character? That's not critical.
Carol.
Oh, Carol. Okay, fine lady.
Yeah. I don't have a last name. I was gonna say her last name is Jackson, but then I was like, wait, I need a name for the dog. The dog is named Jackson. So now
How
Carol
about
does.
Carol Elias? There you go.
No, that doesn't sound Midwestern.
Carol
Oh.
Montezuma. Okay. Now let's go with Carol.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are in your diner, and it's, just around dinner time. I mean, people are coming in after a day's work, getting their dinner, and it's a good old diner. You also serve alcohol because, yeah, why wouldn't you?
Of course.
And you can't help but overhear a few of the construction workers. Hang on one second. Mitzi, you don't have to be afraid of thunder. It's okay, sweetie. Poor dog. Terrified of thunder. Lives in the state with the most lightning strikes per year.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's Florida for you. All right. Anyways, so you're in there, you're, running your diner, and you can't help but overhear these construction workers at time. I was like, well, I bet you he is going to show up. Come on, man. That guy, he's a homeless drunk. He's like, he ain't that bad. I mean, he's just weird. It's like, oh, look, I say $2, he's a no-show. You're all right. So they're betting about something.
Yeah, all right.
Do you talk to them, or you're busy?
Oh yeah. Well, so I'm definitely like listening in on their conversations. Like half of what I like about this job is listening in on all the town gossip.
Yep.
So I'm listening in, and when it sounds like I can't like I'm not likely to hear anything more without prompting, I'll go over and take their orders and ask them if they're waiting for anybody.
Okay. So no, well, then they said, no, we're not waiting for anybody. And one goes, well, we kind of are, actually. And they explain to you that Johnny Jacks, who is known in the town, he's not a bad guy. He is just the town eccentric drunk. By that, a lot of the time he can be seen, asking people for change with breath that reeks of alcohol. And you heard that, he sleeps in somewhere, but you're pretty sure he's indigent. So
Okay.
all right.
So
And they overheard him muttering and kind of rambling to himself something about a schedule, and that will tell me how to find it. And he kept on muttering about that, and he kept on saying how he needs to be at the diner at exactly 7:15.
okay.
And you take a look at your watch, and yeah, it's about 7:15, and Johnny comes right into the diner, storming in. He goes right up to the bar of the diner, where people, you can sit a stool and stuff. And he just goes, three shots. And he is going through his pockets with, his fingerless gloves. And he's like, nope, that's a wrapper. And, $1. And, so he's getting out his questionable pocket items, as well as clearly some change he is purloined.
Okay. I'll pull out some like whiskey and
whiskey. Yeah, he didn't say 3 shots of what, he just said 3 shots.
Yeah, some whatever, the cheapest thing I've got in the well, and pour them one at a time for him.
So as you're pouring them one at a time, he's looking at you, he's like, and then he's taking out, it's not a wristwatch, it's a pocket watch. You didn't even know this guy had a pocket watch.
All right. And who has pocket watches these days?
Yeah. And he's all like, the schedule. And he is frantic now. So
All right. I'll give him the 3 shots.
so he goes,
Let's see where this is going.
and he just storms out of the diner, and people was like, "What the fuck was
It's pretty weird.
that?"
I'm gonna say the diner has like these big windows on the front,
Oh
as
yeah,
is pretty common. So I'm looking through those and
you can
keeping an
see
eye on
that he
him.
is making a beeline right for the center of town,
Okay.
where people, where the construction workers are already setting up, the necessary temporary structures for the upcoming 4th of July celebrations.
Yeah. All right. I'm uh and I can see that like the diner is pretty centrally located, so I can see
Exactly.
that from here. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on him, trying not to like overfill somebody's coffee mug as I'm pouring from the coffee pot into it, but I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this, and also trying to keep an ear open if any of the other customers are talking about this.
And as that's going on, you're getting stuff done, and then you hear a shout from your line cook, and he calls you over. He goes, "Carol, what
Huh?
what was table 5 happening?" And as you're about to answer, you see a bright flash, and I'm gonna need you to encounter true horror
Oh
because
no.
you are right back to
Oh.
where this started.
Oh. I
You overhear the same conversation from the
oh,
construction workers that was happening a few minutes ago, where they're talking about whether or not Johnny's coming in.
oh man. Okay. I got lucky and rolled only a 3 on my encounter true horror.
That is a good roll. So let's take a look at that for. I don't have that memorized. Let's see here. For 3 on encounter true horror, uh, you're just gonna gain a foreboding.
Yes. And I gain a horror because you always gain a horror
You
after
always
you
gain a horror.
encounter
That's
true
true. I
horror.
forgot about that. So you gain a horror and a foreboding,
All
and
right.
foreboding can be used later on. Um, can be used in one shots, but usually for more. There's more than one session for a story, which is completely up to the oracle and the players. It can be used to buy back actions, because a lot of the actions in Fear of the Unknown, they're one-time things until you use the appropriate mechanic to regain the ability to use them.
You're thinking of humanity. Foreboding is the one that
Oh, am I?
yeah,
Fine.
foreboding is the one that lets you
Oh, that's the
uh,
one that lets you expand the
create
town.
town tags and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I forgot
That's the
about.
story
I'm thinking
outside of your
humanity.
character.
See, I know the rules perfectly. I never make mistakes. Yes,
That's
right.
why
Because you have
quick reference
foreboding with
documents take away.
revelations.
Yeah,
That's what I was. Yep, I was thinking of humanity. Sorry about that.
no worries.
All
And
right.
humanity also lets you like improve your character, like come up with more positive tags and stuff for your character. So
Mhm.
there's uses for these in one shots and ongoing things. So okay, so I'm back in the
Yep. It appears time has rewound, reset,
yeah, okay.
and you are definitely doing a double take. And it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, that's weird. Um I'm going to finish pouring everyone like coffee and taking the orders is sort
Yeah,
of
I'm
in
gonna
a
say the
daze.
coffee you were pouring, like when there was a bright flash, you do realize that you're back to pouring, and you quickly had to readjust because you almost started like pouring on the person, but you are a skilled coffee cup filler, and you managed to not burn the person. So
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm going to sort of in a daze go back behind the counter, give their orders, through the pass through to the
uh
line cook, and then I'm going to uh pull out 4 shot glasses and fill each of them with the well whiskey and set one of them to the side for me, and wait to see if the vagrant comes through the door again.
Yeah. One of the patrons of the bar goes, "You expecting someone celebrating something, Carol?"
Oh yeah, well, I mean, is it July 3rd now, or
Sure.
okay. Yeah, it's like, yeah, people like to tie one on before the parade tomorrow. Um,
I was like, "Oh, all right. Well,
yeah, I think I'm gonna look over at the clock. What does the clock say?
the clock says 7:14, 45 seconds."
All right. So as I'll say, yeah, I'm expecting somebody any minute now. Um,
And right on cue, just as the clock hits 7:15, in bursts Johnny, and he goes, "Three shots, yes, 3 shots," and he is doing an interesting combination of drink and rummage through pocket at same time.
yeah.
And he does it. He has left you some pennies, nickels, most of a dollar bill that's probably still usable, and as well as gum wrapper, a
I'm gonna
bottle cap, and a little. You know what? Go ahead and give me a. Well, hold on, because I keep on slipping into other systems. Um,
I'm thinking after this encounter, I'm gonna want to try to figure some stuff out. So I'm probably gonna make an investigate
yeah, go ahead
check.
and. What I use
So
an investigate roll to kind of like as a perception check.
um you can so in general, the structure of how investigate checks work is that the person making the check sort of prompts there to be a check by having a question that they want to
Yeah, okay.
answer.
So
So
he's laying out most of his, a good number of items out of his pocket, and he is downing the third shot and is on his way out.
okay, I am going to take the bubblegum wrapper and write 7:15 on it with like a Sharpie I have in my pocket, and then I'm going to tuck it underneath the whiskey bottle. So if this time loop happens again, I want to look and see if that piece of paper is there.
All right,
And
you do that.
I'm going to uh, slam the shot that I poured for myself, and then I would like to investigate I would like to follow him and see what happens with him this time. So I yell back through the pass through to the cook to keep an eye on things for a minute. I'm going to step outside for a moment, and then I'm going to follow him.
All right. So you are following him, and it's not too far away. I mean, it's about a block and a half away, where you're now in the center of town, and they've set up a stage, and there's a bunch of the red, white, and blue ribbons, and there's also a larger than usual American flag. There's the typical American flag they have all year now. It's bigger. It's July 4th. And you see a curious sight. It looks like he's jerry rigged using broken up pallets
Okay.
and rope, some type of seat on a rope. And Johnny is proceeding to pull himself up the flagpole.
Okay.
And you run over. It's like, that's different. And you're about, Johnny, and you hear a voice that everyone in town knows, and also everyone in town hates, is, "Johnny, what the fuck are you doing?"
Is it the
Yeah,
sheriff, I'm
it's
guessing?
the sheriff.
All right.
And the sheriff runs over to Johnny and goes, "Damn it, Johnny, you drunken bastard. What are you doing?" And now you see a curious sight of where there is a, well, I was going to say inebriated Johnny, but Johnny trying to pull himself up a flagpole on a seat made out of pallets and rope, and the sheriff is fighting him. It's like, get down here. And Johnny's pulling on the rope,
right.
and now the sheriff is starting to hang on. And you have to marvel at it for, a rope seat made by garbage. It's actually well built.
Yeah, all right.
So, maybe missed career opportunity somehow there for Johnny. And they're now really getting up there. I mean, the sheriff is now more or less off the ground.
Oh, wow.
And you're also like, wow, Johnny's really strong. And you're taking a look and you realize, like, no, he's really insistent. And he's straining with the rope, but he is doing it. He's getting it up there. And I'm going to need you to make how to do this. Yeah, okay, we're going to do this. All right. You see possibly something, and the next thing you know, the sheriff is torn in half.
Oh, man.
And you now have raining viscera, blood, and guts just raining on you. Basically, someone was torn in half above your head.
Okay.
And it's just,
all right. So
that's definitely encounter true horror.
yes. And then I would like to attempt to immediately investigate and see if I can figure out what did that as soon as we finish encountering true horror. So rolling 2 6-sided dice and adding 1 because I have 1 horror now.
Mm-hmm.
5, 6, total of 7.
7. All
Which
right.
means something does happen.
Yes. So encounter true horror. Okay,
So
I actually wanted you to roll that. That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to notice something useful.
You do notice something useful.
Yeah. So what do I notice in the so my question is, like, I guess, can I get any clue as to what did this?
What did this? Okay.
Like, was there something caught around his foot or?
Right. So you are that horrific moment in time is burned into your brain, and you swear for somehow in a fraction of a second you saw some type of herbal tonic, like for reals.
It's a sipping vinegar. I love
what
vinegar.
Is that for?
In theory, it has health benefits, but in reality, it just tastes good.
Well, I have an ulcer, so that'd probably be horrible for me. So
yeah, don't drink this if you have an ulcer. I do not have an ulcer. So.
Yeah, I gotta go to the doctor about that. Have an appointment. All right.
Oh, that's good.
You swear that you saw some large, strange, purplish, bestial head bite into the sheriff.
Oh man. Okay.
And just as you are just trying to take this all in, it's like, what? You hear a distinctive sound, and it's a sound you've heard plenty of times. Everyone has. It's a woman's high heels running on sidewalk.
Okay.
And they're getting closer. They're getting closer, and then there's a purple flash, and you hear is like, "Nah, dude, he's not coming in." All right.
Oh, we're back in the
yeah.
Okay. The vagrant's name is Johnny, right?
Yeah, we went with Johnny.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go over to first I'm going to look in underneath the whiskey bottle. Is that piece of paper that I put there still there? Not there. Okay. I'm going to go over to the table with the guys talking about this. And now it's time for investigation. So I would like to investigate and try to figure out why they are expecting or not, like why they're debating whether or not Johnny's going to come in. Like what do they know?
Okay.
I'm going to invoke my owner of the diner positive tag and my winning smile.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
and uh and I could see liking to be the center of attention going either way. So I'll let.
That's yeah. I'm gonna actually put that one as a negative because
Okay.
they might brush you off if it rolls
Yeah.
poorly. Yeah,
And then I could. I think could I invoke like the because like the Johnny runs towards the 4th of July parade setup. So I'm going to invoke people's, civic pride in the 4th of July parade. That town tag is another positive tag.
sure,
Um,
sure.
and then do you have, and you're invoking my center of attention wild tag as a negative tag. So I gain a humanity because you invoked one of my negative tags. Do
That's
you
right.
want to invoke another negative tag?
No, I think that's
All right, cool. Then I'm going to roll and add a total of 2.
okay. And this is for investigate.
This is for investigate, where I want to find out what do these people know about what Johnny's doing. That's not a very good roll. Oh, that's actually fine. Total of 8.
Total
Um,
of 8. Okay. And
yes. So I do find a
something.
I find a clue, and then I get to ask a follow-up question. So what's I'm coming over and asking them what's going on with Johnny coming in.
Oh, and they're like, oh yeah, you heard about that? And it's like, yes, I did.
Like, yeah, you're talking about it loud enough. I think the whole diner heard about it.
Yeah. So they
What's going
explained
on,
that,
fellas?
they were working on the stage and other temporary structures in the town square, and that Johnny was being stranger and decidedly more active because usually he's just lazily wandering around town asking for change.
Right.
He was like hopping around like a bunny rabbit, and he was rambling something about schedule. I'll be able to ask them. And they just kept on hearing schedule 7:15 diner. And they were just like, I guess going to the diner at 7:15.
Okay.
And what's your
Okay.
other question?
My follow-up question is how did Johnny get away with making that chair on the like that makeshift chair thing? Like why didn't the um like I saw that out by the flagpole earlier on my way into work this morning. Um why didn't the like organizers of the parade put a stop to it? Is it an authorized part of the parade, or are people just ignoring his shenanigans, or what's going on?
Is that what he was building? He asked us for some rope, and we're like, why do you want rope, Johnny? And he goes, and he told us that so that he can get to the right height. And so just being good Samaritans, like, but you're not gonna hurt yourself. And John's like, how would I do that with a rope? And they're just like, okay, well, we're not going to give you the idea. So yeah, he ran off to an alley, and we heard him breaking pallets. He made a what did he make? A rope seat?
Yeah, he made like a chair, like a one of those like a porch swing sort of thing.
And one of the guys nudges one of his friends and goes like, "You hear that, Paul? Drunk homeless Johnny made a porch swing. Didn't you try to make a porch swing earlier this year?" And there's, shut up! I told you the wood was bad. It's like, right, the
Not like these
wood, yeah.
pallets. Okay, then I'm going to. What time is it?
I will say just about now. Johnny's coming in.
Okay. Then I'm going to uh I'm gonna not serve him whiskey. I'm gonna say, sorry, Johnny, you're cut off.
What? No, my schedule. And he reaches into his you realize now, oh, that's a vest. It's very dirty.
Yeah.
And he's also wearing a jacket.
Okay.
So even though it's
Even
July.
though it's for the 3rd of July. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
so
in Florida, so it's
oh,
pretty
are we in
hot.
Florida? Sure.
Well, I thought you said that earlier.
No, but
Oh,
I
okay.
was saying we are in generic parts America. So um it's there, all the clothes are very tattered though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Johnny pulls out, is that paper? Wow. It's got like stuff on it.
Huh.
Like, no, I mean like, okay, that's gum. Then that's a dead bug.
Okay.
And
Really gross paper. Okay.
it's a really gross paper. It looks like it was garbage.
Can you hear
And
my neighbor's truck starting up?
oh, I did hear something for a second. Wow, yeah. I guess that's a big truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They own like a roofing business, so they
Okay,
carry.
at least that's legit. I always get a kick out of it when someone gets like a Ford F-350 with
Oh
dualies
yeah.
and they work in an office.
Yeah, the number of those on the street. The car culture here. Brief pause while there's noise in the background to talk about the car
Sure.
culture in the small town I live in. Is really interesting. There's a lot of those like F-350 gigantic 4 wheels in the back. Is that what you meant by dualies? Is that what that means?
Mhm.
Okay, dualies. I'm gonna have to remember that.
That's what I would that's
Yeah,
people I talk to them. I think that's the right word.
there's a bunch of those. Some of which are in fact legit.
Oh
Used to
no,
go
don't get me
around
wrong.
stuff,
You can
but
absolutely have a legit use for those.
also
But
there's a ton of people who don't.
who don't, yeah.
And
So
And then the other thing is, there are more classic cars in this town than I've seen anywhere else. Like,
you're in the West Coast, right?
I'm in Colorado,
Sorry, Colorado. Okay.
uh, and yeah, there's not just like really well maintained classic cars, of which there's a lot, but there's also just like these like people driving around in these ancient 90% rust pickup trucks that are like so old they're back when cars all had like swooping fenders and stuff.
Oh
uh,
wow.
but they're like hauling farm equipment in them,
Well,
and
here's the thing. Okay, so
it's great. I love it.
that's actually the best kind of truck for that, because if it takes damage or gets all dirty, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was actually, I mean, or it was really mentioned before, the show Top Gear and now Grand Tour,
Yeah.
and they've mentioned it, and they've even done it a couple times, I think, where you can get a sports car. Oh, it could go so fast, so many horsepower. Actually, the fastest car you will ever drive will likely be a rental, because you can do whatever you want to it, and then hand back the keys.
That's weird to me, because I would be
Provided you
afraid
don't
of
get into an
getting
accident.
sued for right, exactly. If I fuck it up, I would.
Yeah, but what they're saying is if you are hard on the engine or the gearbox, they're not going to know.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right. They've driven the loud pickup away, so we can.
All right, let's resume the game.
Zoom. Okay, so
So Johnny is getting very animated at you, and he just keeps going, "But my schedule," and he is just.
I look up at the clock, which is like ticking towards 7:16, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to hurry if you want to make it to the flagpole on time.
And he goes, "You're right." And
okay, and he
maybe there's like
doesn't
a half step, like they mentioned that, and then he just shakes his head, and he is back to beelining. You know where he's going.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow him.
All right,
I yell out for like the line cook, like, Chuck, keep an eye on the place.
What was table what? And so you are run out to the flagpole, and it plays out just like before, where you are approaching it, and the sheriff is approaching it from another side, and they're getting into an argument, and it's the sheriff is now dangling trying to get Johnny down. And what do you do?
I stand in a different spot so that I don't get showered with blood and gore if the guy explodes. And I'm going to try to, if this is like the 50s or whatever, I don't have a camera on me. So I can't try to take a
Sure, we'll say
photo
it's 50s.
like that. So I'm going to just try to get a good view of whatever might grab him or bite him or whatever it is that happened.
Okay. So we'll say you're back and to the left. All right.
I got that reference.
Yep. So you're sidestepping where you were, and and it's word for word the exact same playout as it was before. It was like, "Damn it, Johnny, you drunk asshole!" It's like, "If you're the asshole, I'm going up this flagpole."
All right.
And just like last time, because you're really listening and watching for it. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay.
See what you find out here.
Yeah. So can I invoke the asshole sheriff as a positive tag on this, since he's like the reason I can see whatever it is that's about to happen? Like, I've got my eye on him and he's not distracting me or anything. His attention is focused elsewhere.
All right, yeah. A little weak, but I'll let it go. Yeah.
All right. Other than that, I don't see how any of my no. All right. Do you want to invoke any negative tags?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Because I don't see a center of attention or the fact that you screwed a cook or another person out of money is going to come in.
Yeah.
They don't always come in.
True, but like, remember, you can invoke the town tags. So for instance, if the people doing parade preparations like suddenly walk in between me, like, and the
okay. That's a good point. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't planning on it.
Yeah, I got me in total of 8.
8.
So I get a clue. So
you're gonna get a clue.
My first thing is I am trying to get a good view of whatever it is that's about to kill the sheriff.
And you didn't notice it before because you're just focusing on the spectacle. And it is a spectacle for sure. But from your viewpoint, you see that something doesn't look like anything, but something nudges a car, then rattles a bush. And then the next thing you hear for a split second is roar, and then that glimpse of a bestial head, and then Sheriff Pinata.
Yeah. Do I have to encounter true horror again, seeing the sheriff explode again, or
I would say more that, oh my God, it's invisible?
Yeah, all right.
That's what I would say you encountering true horror for.
Okay, so yeah, so whatever this is invisible. All right. And I'm gonna get a follow-up question, which can I see, or actually no, I already used the relevant follow-up question. So now I find another clue unrelated to what I was doing. So I notice something else.
You do.
Decide what that is, and meanwhile, I will roll to encounter true horror. Uh-oh.
What'd you get?
9.
Did you go stark raving mad? I mean, what happened?
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet.
So I get a 9. I spot an opportunity and put either myself or someone else in danger to take advantage of it. Okay.
That might be difficult.
I have an idea. For what I want to do is, I assume that we're about to time loop again.
You are, but I mean,
okay.
Don't get in the way of the narrative. So what are you trying to do here?
Well, so one thing, these mechanics don't need to happen like strictly in that order like
Sure.
that. And I'm picturing something like in Groundhog Day or Happy Death Day, where the same sequence of events, the first time we see it, it might take 15 minutes to play
Exactly.
out. The second time we see it, it takes like 30 seconds to play out, by
Exactly.
the time we're on the fourth or whatever. So, so what I want to do on the next time loop is I want to try to delay the sheriff. And perhaps I need to face peril to do that, but I want to try to I want to go up to him and distract him by like talking about uh organizational details of the parade or the pie baking contest or whatever, um and see if I can keep him from getting to Johnny.
Okay.
uh,
So you're focused on. So you're done with this time loop, is what you're saying. The
well,
iteration of
well
the time loop.
I'm that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
But I figure we've got like a few seconds left in this version of the time loop,
Yep.
where I notice something. What do I notice?
You notice that from amongst all the blood and viscera and what and also Johnny also got you know this thing is just on a rope, so it's getting shaken everywhere when whatever this thing attacks. A slip of paper falls out. It's torn. It's blood on it because blood everywhere,
Yeah.
and it says 317 on it.
317. Okay. 317 paper, and I see this, and then flash of purple time.
And then you hear heels on concrete running, and then flash, and then it's back to, dude, he's not coming in. He said he was. It's like, oh, you're listening to Johnny now? He's reliable? So the time loop has reset. You're back to 714.
Okay. I grab the I give the orders for all of the tables before I take them. I give them to the line cook, and I repeat.
Yeah, as you do that, just as a narrative, I'm going to invoke your center of attention. People are just turning at you. It's like, yeah, I did want a BLT, and how did you know I wanted jam on toasted rye?
Right.
And then,
oh, honey, I know all y'all. You've been coming in here for every day for years. Of course, I know what you like.
And people are like, yeah, I guess makes sense. But someone goes like, but I've never ordered the soup before.
Like, yeah. Oh, honey, you had that glint in your eye. Looked like you wanted to change things up, try something new. I go over to the table that is talking about whether or not Johnny's going to show up, with the bottle of whiskey and one shot glass for each of them plus 3 more. And I say, tell you what, fellas, I'll make you a bet. I pour out the shots of whiskey and say, if Johnny doesn't show up, shots are on me. But if Johnny does show up, you got to buy him these 3.
They'll look at each other and be like, it's all right. And one was like, oh, guys, it's like, oh, I got you, Phil. And he takes the shot glass from that guy, and it was like, thanks, buddy. It's like, I got you, man. I got you.
That's good. That's good.
And people are also getting like, Carol, you knew that Phil doesn't drink, but they're going with it. How could you not know about that NPC I just made up?
I feel like if I had.
No, you got it. You got
all
it.
Right. Yeah. All right.
All right, then what do you do?
If I can, if I can try to save face by doing that, I take the one that's in front of Phil and I shoot it myself.
There you go.
Put it down and say, like, so fellas, taking the bet.
And they're all like, yeah, all right, I like this. This is fun. Yeah,
great. Then I go step outside of the diner shortly before Johnny arrives, so that I can be sure to intercept the sheriff before. And I assume this all plays out behind me the way that I expect. Johnny shows up and they
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is happening is that as you step out, you already see Johnny running towards you a couple blocks away. And he's got a curious gait, because if you've ever seen anyone, usually at an airport, sometimes a train station, where they're trying to run while also coordinate what they have in their pockets.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think we've all been there at some point, and it's like,
Trying
just
to find
stop,
your ticket as you
just stop, and then get your shit together. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So he's doing that, and it's a funny thing because it's kind of like, oh, what was the name of that Charlie Brown character? Was it Pigpen? The
Yeah,
one that
the
was always
really
it's
dirty one.
kind of like that, because like stuff is flying out as he runs.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you see that's going on, and you're like, right, that's already happening. Sheriff. Where is the sheriff?
I
And
I saw the
sheriff,
direction that the sheriff arrived from
so
earlier.
you
So
start going that direction, and you do find, I mean, it's a small town, and the sheriff is in the back of the general store.
okay.
And the sheriff is, you know, as you're coming into the middle of a conversation, but what it sounds like is that Greg, the owner of the general store, was letting the sheriff know that Johnny took some pallets, and the sheriff's like, so he stole them. He's like, I mean, I get them for free when I order stuff, so.
Yeah.
And they were, I mean, I consider them garbage. And the sheriff's like, do you sure you consider them garbage? Because that's theft.
Yeah. Okay, so I am willing to face peril to try to prevent the sheriff getting eaten by whatever this invisible
All right.
purple monster is. Flying purple people eater.
Flying purple people eater.
And
looks
so
like an F double PE. All right.
So I'm going to go up and like engage the sheriff in extended sort of meaningless conversation about like safety protocols and stuff about the parade and the pie contest, and like how are we going to do, like, are you sure you got enough deputies to cover both of those things? What if something, blah 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 blah. And just my goal is just to delay him, and I'm keeping an eye on the clock in the general store, waiting for it to get to, because it was like what, 7:17 or something when the guy got eaten.
Yeah,
So
it's a short time loop.
so I'm going to try to, I'm
It's one of
aiming
the things that makes the unraveling it difficult.
I'm aiming for 7:18.
Okay.
I'm going to see if, yeah.
The sheriff is displeased with you because, first of all, he's an asshole. Second of all, because it's a small town, and the natural predilection for law enforcement to take an unfortunate stance towards homeless people.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's finally got something on Johnny that he can, I can finally get rid of this guy. I can lock him up because, destruction of private property. And Greg is like, Sheriff, I was just mentioning it because it's, he doesn't do that. I'm not looking to press charges or anything. It's like, no. Property was broken and taken and broken. And then you come as like, so, there are like 5 entrances to the town square. Your deputy's going to cover that. And it's like, all that ribbon, I mean, that's a fire hazard, but are we good with the fireworks and stuff? And the sheriff just looks, he's like, I'm in the middle of something, Carol. And you're facing the general store. Sheriff is facing the town square, and he goes, that asshole. And he starts running towards, well, I'll do this. Go ahead and roll face peril. Let's see how this works out.
Okay. I am guessing that the asshole sheriff's going to count against me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
also going to use center of attention against you
oh
because
no,
the sheriff just thinks that you want attention.
All right. I'm going to try to use my winning smile in favor. Exactly.
Sheriff, fire exits.
and Jackson, my dog.
You have your
And
dog with you all of a sudden? Sure.
I mean, I figure like it's a small town. He can just wander around
Sure.
and trip up the sheriff. And I would like to so since I've seen this exact setup several times, I like know the choreography of where
You
everything is
do.
going to be. So I would like to try to use the 4th of July parade itself, the town tag, because I know like there's people carrying things around as part of the preparations. So I know what the clearest path is that for the sheriff to take. So I know where to stand to like get in his way.
Interesting.
Um,
So you're so he notices Johnny, and you're basically like just trying to like. So if he's trying to walk, you're like, nope, sheriff, fire exits and
yeah,
fireworks. Okay.
right. Uh, and
And
normally, if it was like a clear day, he could just walk around me. But right now, there's people assembling a float right there, so that path
okay,
is
I see
blocked.
what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So my goal is just to slow him down and try to make it so nobody gets eaten by whatever the hell this thing is. So you invoke 2 negative tags. I invoke 3
So plus,
positive tags. So I gain 2 humanity, and I'm going to roll with a total of +1. What do I got here? All right, 9. That's pretty good. Um, so
I forgot how bad the choices were.
pretty bad. It's a horror game. Let's see how this plays out. So I'm gonna uh can I pick which one of those happens after you like tell me the setup of
Well, I was
exactly
going to do it that way, and that way, I'll just turn the narrative that way.
yeah, that's
I'm really a favor of when possible, because I think there's a direct relationship between how much agency you give players and how enjoyable the game is.
yeah.
So
So I'm curious, like, yeah, I think I'm willing to just sort of put myself in the danger spot instead of the sheriff, because I think that the time is about to loop. So whatever happens to me won't last.
gotcha.
So I'm going to pick suffer a crippling injury.
Interesting. I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Yeah. Um. So, uh,
And this is an interesting. So notice that you have, from starting pretty much at the back of the general store to all the way to the center of the town square where the flagpole is, you are pestering the sheriff, and he is like, every time he tries to go around you, and he is at the point where it's like, you are interfering with police duties.
wow.
Ah.
Then
And and you're backing up as he's trying to do this, because otherwise
yeah.
this, he'll just do it like a punch right into the center of you, knock the wind out of you, like to get past you.
Okay. Yeah. He like
So
shoves me. I fall backwards underneath, like and clonk against the flagpole,
yep,
and I assume I see like a car get bumped by something
you
invisible
do.
and the bush shake.
And because you're at this angle, you actually see that the ground is being compressed with footprints. This thing is
Oh, okay.
big, it's heavy, and so I'm seeing it that where like you are more or less at a curb, and the flagpole is like curb, flagpole's here, and this thing is coming up, and it's the same scene playing out.
Okay.
Um,
But this time I'm in where the sheriff was earlier, and the sheriff's a little further away.
yeah.
Okay. So
And
does it
so
attack me?
this time, what happens is that you hear the sound of something heavy clunk against the base of the flagpole, it dents it
Ooh.
like it's paper mache.
All right.
And you then hear a horrific sound of what sounds like nails on a metal chalkboard, but much, much louder than just like a human going like,
Yeah.
and you then see Johnny, who is, because he was unaccosted and climbing the flagpole this time, for a split second, you hear him going like, "This is the time. This is the spot."
And then Johnny explodes.
John, well, it's not exploding. He gets torn to pieces.
It gets torn apart.
So, like, you now have a Johnny pinata, and it is raining Johnny parts on you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to put myself between this invisible monster and Johnny, and I end up with a crippling injury. So I get also hit.
Okay, that's right. All right, so let me rewind that a little bit. So what I want to say then is that for a moment, it felt like a gigantic clawed paw went and just threw you to the curb. Okay. Your rib cage has been crushed, and you have a collapsed lung.
Oh my god! All right, collapsed lung. Okay,
so you are. That's how you're breathing.
Yeah. Okay. And then time loop.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you are struggling to breathe right before the time loop ends to see if you notice anything.
All right. So I'm guessing the collapsed lung is going to work against me.
Yeah, we could say that. And what I'm doing here is I'm basically having you ask the question like, well, does anything spill out of Johnny that's useful?
Yeah. All right. So I'm not sure if any of my stuff's gonna make sense.
No, I don't think. I mean, I think you were the center of attention as much as you want to be here. You got in the way for sure. You did save the sheriff.
Oh man, so I'm rolling with a -1, so that's I rolled a 10, -1 is 9. So
you do notice something useful.
Well, I get a clue, but then I've already marked off both of the options there.
So what can you get?
So I find a clue, and while I'm investigating, something significant happens elsewhere, and I recover the other 2 options.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess that the clue is the piece of paper that Johnny was carrying.
No.
Okay.
No, you get, because that came out from Johnny being jiggled while the sheriff was being torn in half.
Oh, okay.
This is Johnny being torn in half.
All right.
So it's hard to read. You are losing consciousness because you're collapsed lung and pain and just everything. Yeah. And it's floating down, but it's garbage paper, and scribbled on what looks like, I hope that's a black crayon, is a vague and contradictory rambling, something about gold shipment lost, Centertown, 1816. And
okay.
And something that significant happens is that you hear a voice and it goes, "There you are, my God." And that's when you see the flash. And it's like, "Nah, dude, he's not coming in. He said he was coming in. Oh, you believe Johnny now." And you just take a moment. You're like, "Oh,
yeah,
that sucked."
How's my lung feeling?
You're fine.
Okay.
Your mind, on the other hand, we can roll for it if you want to. I'm just going to say this is taking a toll on you. And I would say that you have racked up more horror.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's now you have witnessed Johnny and or the sheriff die, I believe, 3 times, and you were incipient to death a
Yeah.
second ago. So
Yeah. So just going by the rules as written, it says that I because of the suffer a crippling injury thing, I think it says that like if it'll get worse if you don't get medical attention. I think the time loop kind of counts as medical attention.
sure.
So
Is there any better medical attention than by being in a time loop saying the injury never happened?
so I'm gonna mark that off, and instead I get a wild tag.
Okay.
And so for the wild tag, uh can I
I-
put something like
I'm going to say at this point, time traveler.
time travel? All right, yeah.
So that could play either way, where maybe that will be like, okay, I've ridden this ride before. I get it. Or maybe it's gonna be like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. I'm going to well, do I have to encounter true horror again because of the because you were just saying that it's like weighing on me? I've gained 2 horror so far, so I don't have enough to let the horror sink in yet. I need 1 more.
Let's see. We did one for when you got injured with the crippling
No.
injury.
No.
Then let's do one now.
Okay. 6, 8. So since I've already marked those 2 off, my trauma is starting to pile up. Gain an additional horror, recover the other 2 options. So I gain 2 horror, and now I have both enough horror and enough humanity that I can make some revelations if I want. But I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to pour 3 shots of whiskey, leave him on the counter with a hastily scrawled note saying like, "Here, Johnny, they're on the house." And then I'm going to go get in my cherry red hot rod and drive it to the flagpole and park it in front of the flagpole where the monster has been like doing the attack to
Okay.
try to like block its path. And I've got like Jackson is in the dog is in the back of the truck, and my hunting rifle is in there,
Interesting.
and I'm going to load it up, and I'm used to being the center of attention, so I'm ready to.
So you in a quiet town, at a town square, where people are still, even though it's the end of the day and things are winding down, people are still around doing stuff.
It's the end of the day. I was thinking it was 7:15 a.m.
No, I said in
PM.
the evening. It's PM evening.
Okay.
I'm not sure that makes a difference. So
I mean, like it's summer, so the sun's still out for at
still
least
out.
another hour. So it's
And I originally like planned where like the town square was pretty much empty, but I mean, if you want to where people are there, it can work. Sure.
yeah. I mean that makes sense to me as
because of the time loop, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're doing this, and people are just looking at you, be like, Carol, what are you doing? Because you
don't
look like you're
worry.
ready to shoot something, and the only thing around is them. So they're like, hey, Carol.
Don't you worry your pretty little head.
Like, you're like, and like people are just like kind of like, should we just keep working? It's like, I don't know what's happening here.
All right.
So, and you like being the center of attention. You are the center of attention.
I am. Yeah.
And and you immediately hear like, Carol, what the fuck? That's the sheriff, and he's coming right up to you and be like, why are you brandishing a weapon in the middle of my town?
Second Amendment rights, Sheriff.
And we're in a no brandish state. Put it away.
No, we're in Florida.
That's a no brandish state.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, so I'm not an attorney. I will not use this as a platform to weigh in on this highly controversial topic. I will simply say laws as I understand them, and they vary from state to state. I do know for a fact you can have a concealed weapons permit in Florida because
Yeah.
I have one.
Oh,
Okay. Unlike some states, which I believe Texas is open carry, meaning
right.
if you feel so inclined to have a shotgun in your hands, what do you get a coffee at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Florida is you can have it, but don't go showing it. The law enforcement in Florida will take the approach of if you are showing your weapon, you intend to use it. So they don't even like it when, like, if you have a revolver, they better not see the handle of the revolver in your belt. You need to cover it.
Okay.
That's what they mean
So
by no brandishing.
I'm standing in the like wait, is a hot rod. I said it was a hot rod, which okay, so it doesn't really have like a
It doesn't
pickup.
have a top.
It doesn't have a top. Okay, so I'm standing in inside of my vehicle.
No, that's why I was like, all right, you just pulled up in like a
Yeah.
top down Chevy.
Right. So
And you're standing in the middle of it and you got your hunting rifle and your dog and you're just looking around. I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's going to attract so much attention.
Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
right. The consequences of this are probably about to disappear. So I'm gonna say
Unless the time loop breaks. Oops.
I'm gonna say like, sheriff, I am inside of a private vehicle, and according to Florida statute 790.255, it is perfectly all right for me to brandish my firearm inside of my own private vehicle. And while I'm talking with the sheriff, I'm not looking at him. I'm looking where I expect the invisible monster to show up. And I also want to pay attention and see if like my dog can smell it or anything.
Okay.
And once I see the monster like bump into the other car and then come and like I'm gonna wait for it to brush against the bush, and then I'm gonna try to shoot it.
Interesting. All right. So this is quite the scene that's playing out here.
Yeah.
So the sheriff, I mean, more so than your perhaps typical sheriff, does not like being told what the law is. And he's like, who the fuck do you think you are, Carol? Don't tell me the law. I'm the law in this town. And he starts, I am giving you to the count of, and he's just rattling off like disturbing the peace, tend to cause a riot. And he's just like mentioning like stuff that doesn't even make sense. Is like threat to jaywalking, like, you know. And at this point, you see that Johnny has run up, and you see that he's got his pallet and heat and rope, and he is fast. Maybe he was a sailor at one point, but he knows rope work. And Wallace Sheriff was like, Johnny, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? And it's the same ish scene playing out.
Yeah.
Of where now they're getting into it. The sheriff has torn between taking care of rifle wielding Carol and trying to pull himself up on a pallet and rope Johnny. And I'm going to say, go ahead and roll. I'm going to use this for two different things at the same time. Go ahead and roll for investigate. I know it's a little bit different because you're not asking a question, but you kind of are. You're kind of asking, do I see this thing?
Yeah.
Or know where it is well enough?
Right. Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm going to invoke my hunter tag and my dog, because I'm specifically was asking about like can the
I would
dog
say
travel?
also go ahead and invoke the time traveler wild tag as a
Oh
possible
yeah,
this time.
because I have a good expectation of where it's going to be.
Exactly.
Um, and then I assume that the asshole sheriff is getting in the way.
Mhm.
Uh, okay. Uh, 5 plus 2 is 7.
All right. So for 7, and that's on more or less. We're doing this as an investigate, right?
Yeah, that's what you said. Um,
So, so you're gonna get a clue, and
right.
then
The last time that I investigated, something significant happened elsewhere. Did I see what that was?
it's about to come up. I
Oh,
already
all
have,
right. Cool.
and so for the set. So first of all, in terms of the shot, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's good enough. You go ahead and you take the shot as best as you can against the invisible
Yeah.
something, for as you called it. I like it, flying purple people eater.
Yeah.
Okay, and it you notice enough that the bullet appeared to ricochet. It just
It bounces off.
one of the windows to a car next to you, it just breaks,
Okay.
and you see no indication that you have wounded this creature or anything. And now that it's approaching, and you see the footsteps being, smushed into the ground, and so your dog is now going like, I'm not going to bark because I'll get Mitzi going, but barking like, as a dog would, but very confused. It's like, I
Okay.
kind of smell something. I don't get it.
Okay.
What is happening here? And also, you just fired something, so it's a hunting dog. So it's like, what? Where am I going? Where am I going?
All right.
In terms of something different is happening in the midst of all this after you're shot, because for anyone who has well, I would say especially for hunting, but I have not hunted I have fired firearm many times at a range. I'm not good at it though. There's a
There-
certain clarity that you get. It's the focus, the tunnel focus, when you finish taking a shot, and then you're allowing yourself to take in your surroundings again.
Yeah.
And it happens in the barest fraction of a second.
Yeah.
And you realize that something is different now. And it's the click clack of heels on concrete. They're sooner than they were before.
Oh, interesting.
And you hear a voice, and it's a distinct voice. She goes, "There you are. I've been looking everywhere for you." And you then see a purple light, and it's like, "Look, guys, he's not coming in, okay?" And
Okay.
the person that was talking to you is Janet. And you know Janet because you two have commiserated over struggling businesses before. She runs the antique shop, not exactly known for being the center of commerce in town.
Okay. Um, I am going to uh let the horror sink in and develop tunnel vision.
Okay. That's interesting.
So
I haven't worked with that one before. Let the horror
that
sink in.
let the horror sink in is a revelation.
Uh-huh.
I spend 3 horror, which is good because getting rid of horror is good.
Yep.
But my experiences leave me shaken and with new problems. What are they? Gain a negative tag. And I'm starting to develop tunnel vision where I'm no longer like on this time loop, I'm not taking care of my customers. I'm just going straight.
That makes perfect sense. Okay.
Yeah. So this time I'm gonna get in my car and I'm gonna try to aim it where I expect the invisible thing to be and wait until it looks like it's about to be at the base of the flagpole, and then I'm gonna ram it.
I love it. Do you have
Uh,
your rifle out this time, or?
I mean, my rifle's in my car. I'm gonna have it on like the.
Okay, but you're not
It's
brandishing.
Right. No, it's
Okay.
like I got the 2 bucket seats at the front, dogs in one of them, I'm in the driver's seat, rifles in between us. Just like normal.
And you're in at a 4th of July celebration. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's America. All right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you quickly leave the diner, and people are like, Carol, what? Carol, what was table five's order? And
I love the running gag about table five's order.
will we ever find out? Find out next time. And so you were just, you have, this is really easy. I mean, obviously your car is nearby and it's a small town, and you were just laser focused. And people notice this, like they're still like, they're winding down the evening activities of setting up for tomorrow. And you're laser focused sitting in your running car and you're staring at nothing. And as people are like still like, putting a ribbons a bit, Carol, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just it's not nearly as suspicious to be running around with my
Oh
gun
no, no.
as
It's just
sitting
is
in my
like
car.
I guess she's waiting for somebody. All right. So they just go back to their own thing. And I'm gonna say you just wait a minute or two, and it's playing out just like it has before. Johnny comes up and he's got his pallet with him. And once again, he's very good with the rope work. And you hear from just a little bit over to the other way, Johnny, what the fuck are you doing? And the sheriff is coming by, and the sheriff takes a quick glance at you, and he just sees like, okay, Carol's sitting in her car. I don't care. And the whole thing is playing out again. And so the sheriff is starting to dangle, and that's when you see, Russell in the bushes and footprints. Go ahead and let's do a face the peril, because
Yeah,
in a way you are driving into the unknown.
indeed. So I'm definitely invoking my cherry red hot rod
Oh,
as a
sure.
positive tag. I'd also like to invoke the time traveler one because I know where I'm going.
Do
I'm
you
get
know? No, I'm kidding. Yes.
well, I might not know what's going to happen after I get there, but I know where I'm driving. It's
Yep.
to the base of the flagpole. And then I'm guessing the tunnel vision is going to cause a problem. All right, so
You're making this very easy. I don't have to take a look at the text. Like, oh wait, this one. I love this. This. If only all players could do this. Okay.
yeah, and then I don't know, is the sheriff or the parade or
No, I think that's enough math
okay.
for that.
All right, so I'm rolling with +1, I believe. One from the because I'm adding 2 positive tags and subtracting 1 negative tag. Let's go. Hey, that's really bad.
I thought it might be.
4.
4. Okay. So this doesn't go as you were planning.
No, it doesn't.
No. So you miss.
Uh-oh.
And what you
Swerve at the last minute.
end up doing is you bump the curb as you were trying to basically the way I see it is like, here's the flagpole, right? You're coming in this way, whatever thing is coming in this way, and you're trying to head it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just hit the flagpole.
Oh, fuck. All right.
So you hit the flagpole. It's a big, heavy flagpole. It completely fucks up your car. It's not going to run.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know about airbag or anything, but since I'm going to say it's a hot rod
for that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. You just got the good old. Your face just went smashing into the steering wheel, and yeah, that sucked. Yeah, you're definitely fucked up from that.
Okay.
And the sheriff got knocked off the swing when you did that. The
Right.
rope chair.
Yeah.
And he's like, Carol, what the fuck are you? He doesn't get to finish that sentence as it looks like claw marks basically went into his neck and chest. And you then see more scratch marks up the flagpole, and Johnny becomes a Johnny Pinata.
Oh no, Johnny.
And go ahead and give me an investigate roll to see if you notice anything
Okay.
as you are. And I'm going to say, I've never done this before, but I think it's warranted. I'm going to have to give you a -2 for trying to know stuff because you just smashed your face into your steering wheel.
Yeah. Well, am I having to, should I mark off any of the 7 through 9 options on face peril? Because in theory, a 6 is worse than a 7. So for instance, I'm seeing like a way to mechanically support what you were just saying is
Okay, yeah.
I could pick that first one, suffer a minor injury, and gain the temporary tag like I smacked my face. And then you can invoke that temporary tag.
When that happens, what you were just. I'm going to say that you suffer a chronic injury where you basically fucked up your face and you no longer have a winning smile.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
All right.
People don't like it when you smile.
That doesn't make me lose a positive tag. It makes me gain a negative tag.
All right, you have a fucked up smile.
All right, fucked up face. Okay.
You fucked up your face, Carol.
Okay, so you're invoking my fucked up face tag. I'm gonna invoke my anything. Man, I don't really see anything here that'd be helpful in this moment. So all right, so I'm gonna roll with a -1 to investigate. I still got an 8.
All right.
So I'm curious about, you said it was Janet the antiquarian.
Mm-hmm.
Do I hear or see her?
Oh yeah, no, she's up to the flagpole at this point and goes, "Oh my God, what did you do?" As all she sees is where the sheriff is dead, Johnny's dead, torn to pieces, and you're a bloody fucking mess in your car, and you hit the flagpole. So she's assuming you somehow ran over these people or something.
Yeah.
And she just goes, "Oh, I was looking for," and she can't finish her sentence. She is just puking. And you notice though that she drops looks like from a ledger or maybe something that you would see with a note of lading.
Oh, a what?
Lading. Like lading is not an invoice, it's just saying this shipment includes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. And you get a glimpse of the numbers 317, and then you see purple. And then the next thing you hear is, "Nah, dude, he's not coming in." He said he's coming in. You believe Johnny now?
All right.
So you take a moment. He's like, "Huh? Teeth. I have teeth." Oh.
Okay, so this time I am not going to try to do anything with the monster. This time I'm going to try to find Janet.
All right. So do you do anything with 3 shot glasses or anything? Or
yeah, sure. I'll
all right. So
lay out the 3 shots with the note saying it's
okay. Just as you're ready, I go, sorry, Carol, what was on table?
Yeah.
Carol? And you're like, okay, center of town there, sheriff there, Janet's antique shop that way.
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to go to Janet's antique shop.
So you run over to Janet's antique shop because time is literally short,
It's true.
and you see Janet, and she literally has the key in the lock to her place, and it looks like she was about to lock up for the night.
Yeah.
And she goes, "That is so strange. I was just about to go see you."
Oh, why's that?
I don't think you'd believe me.
Try me.
Okay. Well, no one else has believed me, but I swear I'm not crazy. Time keeps on repeating itself.
Hey, you noticed too.
You're not screwing with me.
I am not. Uh, in I go and like, can we see the flagpole from here?
No, it's around the corner. So.
Okay. I grab her by the arm and pull her around the corner.
And she's like, "Carol, what?"
I point at the flagpole, and I look at my watch. How much time do I have before the attack?
Maybe a minute or two.
Okay. I say like in 2 minutes, an invisible monster. In 2 minutes, the sheriff is going to try to catch Johnny, who's going to try to climb up the flagpole using his jerry-rigged chair, and then the sheriff's going to get torn in half by an invisible monster.
And when you say Jan just gives you the side eye for a second, goes, you know what? I think I actually believe you. So you didn't kill, because she's still thinking of the previous time loop where it looked like you killed them.
No, I was trying to stop it.
It's an invisible, and it's playing out just as you described, where Johnny does his quick rope work. Sheriff sees what he's doing, tries to stop him. Sheriff gets torn in half, and even from this distance, it's grisly.
Yeah.
And James just looks at you hard, like, "You could have warned me." Oh my god!
I did. I said that the sheriff was going to get killed by an invisible monster. I did warn you. And we're going to loop. I'll talk to you again in -3 minutes, I guess.
And she just looks at you and goes like, "Look, I don't know what's going on. This all started when," and you see a purple light, and it's right back. "Dude, he's not coming in. He's coming."
All right. I exit the diner and I head immediately
Carol,
over.
what about you go straight to Janet. Okay. This time you go to her, and it looked like she was actually about to exit her shop. And she goes like, "Carol, right, the loop." And she quickly ushers you in, is like, "I don't think I'm seeing it as clearly as you do. It's kind of like trying to remember a dream. But this is more of a nightmare. Have you died a lot?"
A few times.
Oh my god, Carol. Look, earlier today, Johnny, well, actually, I should go back to, it was actually last week. Johnny came in, stank as he usually does, and he was raving about how he found a way to get rich. And I really thought he was off his wagon more than usual. And according to him, he was in the library and he figured out a way to figure out where a lost gold shipment from 1816 was. Yeah, I was actually going to tell the sheriff, but he's always so rough with Johnny that I figured, okay. And then Johnny surprised me, and he actually put down money in advance for me to order in something from a small town near Boston. And I never heard of such a thing. It was just a glass bauble. And so, I mean, I had the money, and Carol, you know how it is, business can be tough. So, and I figured it's just it looked like something maybe put on a Christmas tree. I don't know. It looked fine. So I put in the order, and sure enough, the this person, town started something with an A. I can't remember, and they sent it on its way. I thought Johnny was eccentric. The person on the phone sounded like a complete crackpot. And so yeah, some type of bottle or bobble. And so earlier today, and she scratches the back of her neck. I sold it to Johnny, kind of.
Okay.
And she shows you the ledger, and it says 317.
Yeah.
And you look at your watch, and you're like, it's gonna be any like you got like 2 minutes at the tops right now. And go ahead and give me an investigate roll.
Okay. I'm gonna invoke my time traveler tag. And I guess that's it.
Yeah, I would say that's it.
Let's see, that's 10.
Okay.
All right. So that's good.
You're gonna get 2 clues, actually.
Oh, I'm gonna get a clue, and then I could find something useful.
Oh yes.
Can I find the bauble?
So you know Janet, and you also know that sometimes as a business owner, you have to do things that you're not proud of. So this thing was glass,
Yeah.
right? And she explains to you, it broke.
Oh.
And I got to make a business. So, and she basically ripped off Johnny, even though he's homeless,
Oh
and
no.
basically spent pretty much any money he'd somehow scrounged together for a good while. And what she sold him was actually just a small, and you see the rest of it. It looks like somebody took an oval of glass and put a glass tunnel through it.
Okay.
And it's, kind of this weird translucent green. It's not ugly. It's not pretty. It's not really something you'd want to have in your place. And it just feels off to you for some reason. And so what she explains, that there was another piece that connected the both ends of the tunnel in a strange fashion, and that's what she sold to Johnny. And she saw him tie it around his neck with twine or strands of rope or something.
Okay. And where'd she get this thing?
She never even heard of it, but Johnny came in with the money and said, there's a collector in Arkham who wrote about these. He should have one. I'm sorry, I just spit out the name. It's Arkham.
No, I mean, I guessed out of character. I guessed, and
Yeah.
in character.
She goes like, Arkham. That was the name. That I never even heard of that place. But he had all the info and how to contact the guy, and I was like, okay, sure. Not every day someone comes in with a sale for me. And Johnny was very angry with me, but I sold him one of 2 pieces.
Okay. And so she still has the other piece.
She does.
Let's take it and see
Okay.
what happens if we can we try to recombine them? Can we try to or let's see what happens if I'm holding on to it when the time loop happens, because we've been having this conversation for a few minutes, so the time loop should be happening any moment now, right?
Yep. And so as soon as you hold on to the rest of this green glass thing, you're like, okay, so I have to do something with, look, dudes, he's not coming in. He said he's coming. Oh, you believe Johnny now. So time is once again reset.
Am I still holding the glass thing, or is it
You
back
are not.
Okay. I run over to Janet's place and I grab the glass thing, and then I run over and try to intercept Johnny.
Okay.
And then
And
I want to recombine the two things.
so what do you say to him?
Uh, um, hey Johnny, you forgot half of the thing you need to find that gold shipment. And then I like try
And
to
as soon as you say that, he was pretty much already done with the rope work. So he looked like he just had like, one last pull and then be ready to go. And he just drops it and he just looks at you and goes, "You know about that? You have
uh
it?"
yeah, I pull it out.
And he just rips the you didn't even notice because this guy's
Yeah,
got so much shit on him. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
so
yeah.
he just rips it off and he's like, and so he takes it from you with a grubby hand. And it's interesting is that you would think the way he grabbed it, this thing should have broken because it looked really fragile. It looked like really thin glass. And you're not sure if he knew this would happen or if he was just hoping. The moment this little glass piece gets within, I'd say just a few inches of the other glass piece, there's a purple flash, but not taking up your entire vision, just kind of like someone let off a camera. And they're now whole. And Johnny's just looking, it's like, now this will work. And you both hear this, and you look over, and just maybe 20, 30 feet away, I'll get a picture of it for you. Hold on one second.
Okay. Oh,
Curious if
so
you have any idea what it is.
well, it's an invisible monster. So the thing that made me think of in Lovecraftian terms is the Dunwich horror. Um,
Interesting. Can I put it up in the meeting?
yeah, it won't show up on the video, but you can like post a link to it.
Oh, okay. There's not a chat in the meeting though.
There is, yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what I'm saying. You can post the link in there, or you could do a screen share, and then I would be able to see it, and it would show up
okay,
in the
let's
video.
do a screen share then. I'm not sure why that got in there. Okay, let's do a screen share. Present your entire screen, and then I'll quickly switch to this so it doesn't do that. You seeing my screen?
I am, yeah. Okay, it's a creepy
You
dog.
you are looking at. You don't know this, but it is a hound of Tindalos,
Ooh.
and that thing is snarling at Johnny, and Johnny's just like, "That's not on the schedule." And that's when this thing just starts, and it is shakes the bush, knocks a car.
Do the other people see this, or is it just us? Because
Looks
like
like
there's
just looks like it's just you and Johnny.
just me and Johnny, not even Janet.
No, because I'm going to say that since she was in high heels, she didn't keep up with you. She's
Okay.
she's a little farther back.
Right. I'm wearing kitten pumps.
I
If I get
figured you work in a who wears high heels working in a diner.
yeah. Um fictional characters.
Sure. You know me. I always try and
Yeah,
add
yeah.
some realism there.
No,
Yeah.
no. All right. What about my dog? Is it like barking up a storm now? Can it see this other dog, or is it
It's
also
it's
confused?
where the dog is wants to protect you, but also realizes, oh my God, that would kill me.
Yeah. All right.
So you have seconds. What are you doing?
Uh I chuck the glass thing at it.
So you grab it from Johnny and chuck the glass thing at it?
Yeah.
Okay. So Johnny's just like, that's not on the schedule. And you,
Yeah.
and as you throw this, this creature no longer goes for you and Johnny. It just goes for the glass item. It
Ah,
swallows it and disappears.
does time loop?
It does not.
I look at my watch. Are we after the
You
expected
are. It's now
time loop?
7:18.
I'm gonna sit here and like
Just
catch
wait
my
up the
breath
clock
for
for a second.
yeah, just like catch my breath for a minute and watch. And I want to see what Johnny's reaction is.
And he just looks, he's still absorbing the fact that he saw this thing. And he's glad it's gone, but then he's like, the schedule, the shipment, this would have worked. I did my research. And he's just going into, have you ever seen someone at a poker table where they were so certain they were going to win and they busted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
All right. So what was going to work?
Oh, do you want like epilogue?
Yeah. Well, I'm asking Johnny, like, what's going to work?
Oh, okay. What was going to work? He goes into, to say there was a straight line of logic here would be an insult to logic.
There's a line of thought.
There's a stream of consciousness and a lot of inebriation. So Johnny was reading up in the library and he just happened to come across town history and how at one point there was at one point a shipment of gold that came in for the bank and some of it went missing and there was a dubious reports of an animal attack being the cause of it. And from here, that's where things take a big left curve with Johnny's logic, where of course, and people couldn't see it because it was this creature. And so he then goes into definite cryptozoology on you. And he talks about how he found work from a professor at Arkham University that talked about how there's certain things called a hound of Tyndalos. They're intertime, interdimensional. And that at some point, according to this research, it looks like somebody might have tried to be able to bridle such a creature so as to use it for time travel. There's no indication that this worked whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
And what happened is that Johnny contacted the professor who wrote this. And that guy is also a crackpot. And what the professor came up with using some rudimentary to intermediary attempts at doing something with some physical way of interacting with a Hound of Tyndalos, which, by the way, is a fucking terrible idea. According to the lore, if you see one, even a glimpse, you are now cursed. They will hunt you for the rest of time until you are dead.
Oh, that's not good.
And they can go through matter at their will. So there's no way to escape that. What the professor came up with is that these intertime, and this is all me. This is 100% Howard Frieze right here. Is that this intertime, interdimensional creature would be attracted to an object that in our reality is a violation of our laws of physics. And what he did is instead of coming up with what you can buy on the internet as a facsimile of, he really did create a Klein bottle.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with those?
Yeah, I know what a Klein bottle is.
So he made an impossible shape using magic.
Okay.
And he just put it on a shelf and nothing ever happened. And it wasn't until Janet opened it, saw that it was broken, touched it, and just because of what part of the spell was broken, it was random who would be affected by this.
Okay. Okay. So is that the
that's
that's
the
the end of the story?
That's the end of the story.
All
so
right.
what it is that Hound of Tindalos fucking hates those things. And it knew it was out there, but it couldn't find it.
Ah.
And it couldn't find it until it broke. Then it was able to see the violation of physics, and it went
Okay.
after it.
Okay, and we finished it by giving the hound the pieces. Okay, cool. For part of the epilogue, I have enough humanity to reveal something about myself twice. So
Nice.
I am going to mark off the fucked up face negative tag and gain a
Well, I
knowing
thought that was
stare
been
wild tag.
undone by the time loop. So
Well, right, but now I'm implementing that mechanically.
okay, I see what you're saying.
So now I get the knowing stare wild tag. And because of this stuff about the gold shipment in 1816, I'm going to gain a positive tag where I'm learning about local history because I'm
Yeah.
curious about this now.
And I'd always just, I mean, just for me, where I came up with this was as a Hound of Tindalos has always been a interesting creation from the Lovecraftian universe. I think Lovecraft came up with that. I don't know if that was one of the authors that took up the writing in the mythos after him. I think he mentioned it. I'm not at all a Lovecraftian scholar. And at one point I was just, bored at work because, that never happens. And my mind wandered and I was just thinking, like, if you think about it, what would someone do to try and interact with a Hound of Tindalos? Even if you know anything about them, that's a fucking terrible idea. And I was like, well, what would a creature like that care about? And one idea I had was, and you could use, this could be used in a different way, is where it was kind of like a bad genie in a lamp, where it broke, it was in the Klein bottle and it was trapped or something like that. And then I was like, okay, that could work. But I think, for more, in media res thing where you're just going about your day, weird shit starts happening. It would be interesting if somebody somehow in your narrative of a story came in with just a piece of this. What would that do? They now have a piece of this thing that gets you the attention of a Hound of Tindalos. How does that play out? And I was thinking, it's like, what would also be fun? And this is only the second time I've ever done this, is where doing a time loop. Because why not? It was, you broke an impossible shape. Who knows what effect that would happen?
Yeah, that's a fun idea. I always like, or I shouldn't say I always like, it can definitely be poorly done, but I do like time loop stuff in fiction. That's fun.
Yeah. And what I love is it might be a trope, but I think it's I've never gotten a negative reaction to it, even from watching something that has this, or in this story. And last time this is where there's always that one element where it keeps repeating, even though it has nothing to do with the story. In this case, it was, what was Table 5's order?
Yeah, that was great. I really liked that sort of recurring gag.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Thank you.
Yeah. This one, it was, I just made up the gold shipment thing because in the other one I ran, they came up with the town is obsessed with fairies, and the crackpot homeless guy, he was going to see one. He can prove it. They're real.
Well, thank you for running that. That was really fun. That's as an interesting, like, I like the sort of experimental.
Oh yeah.
Less like following a path of clues and more conducting experiments, which is an interesting way to run a mystery. I like that. I'm glad it worked.
Me too. Yeah, it's worked both time now. And I think this is great. I mean, you can use this with this system. You can use it with other systems. I think this is great for a pickup game.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. It has come much more focused on one shots,
which is fine. I mean, you got to have, it's good that your system can do both.
Well, thank you for saying that, and thank you again for running the game. I look forward to the next game that we play together.